What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about why it is important to understand who you are dating when you are younger and how one crazy ex-girlfriend can try to sabotage your career, reputation, and endeavors later on in life when you've moved on and are doing better than she is. So with no further ado, let's talk about the allegations being directed at California's leading independent candidate in the race for governor, Larry Elder. California's recall election is right around the corner, and on Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, California will either have Gavin Newsom remain as the governor, because he's done a fantastic job, obviously, with all the homelessness, power outages, water shortages, and rising crime rates. He's done a fantastic job, and people just can't wait to move to California and stay there once they arrive. Anyways, the people of California are sick of him, and they've had over 2 million people sign for this recall election. One of the 46 candidates running for governor is Larry Elder. He's a conservative radio talk show host. Here's where things get interesting. Larry's former 51-year-old fiance and producer, Alexandra Datig, is claiming that Larry Elder waved a gun at her while high on marijuana. And it gets even better. She claims Larry also manipulated her into getting a tattoo saying, quote unquote, Larry's girl. I'll be playing the full interview she gave where she talks about all of this and reveals how mentally unstable she is. Let's just take a listen.
I'm not trying to destroy anybody's life or career.
All right. Well,
let's
talk about Larry here.
Better than Larry Elder.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, we can do better than Larry Elder. Larry Elder is a fabulous radio personality, but as you know, once the show ends, the personality is gone because the personality is created by many brilliant people.
Well, I don't know Larry personally. I mean, I have obviously met him, and we've had very, very brief hello, how are you type of conversations, but I really don't know him. So I don't know about him turning on a personality or turning it off, okay? What he has said is, I've never brandished a gun at anyone. You said he did. So talk about that night and tell us your story.
Well, let me just clarify that if Larry says that he never did, then why didn't he clarify that in an official document 6 years ago during the breakup where this was communicated legally? So why didn't he ever say that in a letter saying that he didn't do it then? That was one of the reasons, the main reasons that I broke off the relationship and had to ask for help. I mean,
why would
the relationship first, and then this happened.
I don't understand. Why would he have to say that? See, the story is going backwards here. Let's try to tell it from the beginning forward.
No. Don't try to pigeonhole me, guys. I want
to know. I asked a straightforward question. I said, what happened that night? I want you to tell your story. What happened that night?
It was during the day, and I was on my way somewhere, and I went to the bedroom to ask him a question, and he was just filled with rage and anger and silent scorn, and he just walked over to the drawer, the nightstand. He opened the drawer, and exactly how Politico described it. He took out the .45 revolver. I have a picture of the gun because I fired it at a shooting range, and he checked if he opened the chamber to check if all the bullets were inside. The gun was always there; it was loaded. He wanted me to see that he was opening the chamber, and he closed it and he put it back in the drawer. But he wanted to make sure that I saw it, and I was horrified. But I'm a criminal justice major, and I knew that if I said anything or did anything that, I had already seen enough of lack of impulse control. I don't know. He was just angry about the world. He parted ways with KBC, and after he left KBC, or they parted ways with him, it was just, there were pieces falling apart in him that I couldn't pick up. And I tried to do everything I could to try to save him.
You weren't having an active argument in that moment. It was
not a shouting match. It was just, I just don't even know why he was so angry and why he did this. But Larry Elder is someone who is not qualified to be governor of the state of California. And that's the most important point I want to make here. I'm not looking to, have a personal disagreement
Well, wait. Hold on. Look, if you had just said that, nobody would have paid attention to you.
I know.
But you led the story with the gun. All right, you started the story with the gun, and obviously that's grabbing all the headlines and everybody's interest.
Yes.
So, it's not about your concern whether Larry should be governor. You're making it sound as if he's unhinged and dangerous. Is that what you're trying to communicate?
I'm communicating that Larry Elder cannot serve in an official capacity and represent 39 million Californians at 69 years of age, where he can barely walk, and is a senior citizen. And
wait a second. Hold on.
He's not being honest with the public.
But these are all side issues here. Okay.
Is the side issue that somebody doesn't have the capacity to serve?
Are you?
We had him on the air. He was quite brilliant.
Yeah, I
mean, he's brilliant. Yeah. I mean, nobody's disputing that. Look, if he ran for president of the Radio Hall of Fame, I'd be the first one supporting it.
He didn't sound like Biden to us. He sounded pretty lucid.
Yeah,
What are you trying to say?
He knows how to sound.
Can't walk?
He knows how to sound, but he can't delegate to a state of 39 million people. There's no way.
Okay, but
I was executive assistant to
that's
an elected
fine. All right, hold on.
No.
That's a political opinion, and
you compared him to Phil Spector. I mean, that's pretty harsh.
But it was true. You don't understand. You don't see. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Did he ever physically assault you?
About Jekyll and Hyde.
Did he ever physically assault you?
Not the person after the show.
Did
he pushed me in the hallway.
Did he ever?
He ran with a tattoo. Come on.
Did he ever hit you?
I sat for 3 hours. Have you ever gotten a tattoo? Any of you guys have a tattoo?
When somebody gets a tattoo, it's because they have to allow the tattoo.
Yeah. Okay, right. Look, I don't need to be re-assaulted in this conversation emotionally. And just because someone is a traumatic assault survivor doesn't mean that re-assaulting them is okay.
Did he assault you?
And that doesn't mean that it hurts any less.
Did he assault you?
Larry Elder abused me. He assaulted me. He threatened me. He made me fear for my life. I ran for my life. I had many
all based
people
on the
help
gun
me.
incident.
Oh, wait. Can you describe how he abused and assaulted you and made you run for your life? Can you describe that? Did he
read the Political article? I was just telling.
Okay, so there's no.
When somebody on drugs brandishes a weapon, you think that's a good thing? You think do you trust the person's impulse control? Somebody who wants to marry you talks you into for 3 months, talks you into getting matching tattoos. Has you designed them for each other? Has pushes and begs and asks and begs for you to get yours. I did because I was ready to commit to that relationship, like a fool, and then he chickened out and never wanted to get his because he was afraid it was going to hurt too much. I don't know what kind of character we're dealing with, but it's not somebody who is forthright and he's willing to just brand his own radio show producer with a tattoo and then pull out a gun when he's in a snit. You're okay? You think that's okay? You think that's a competent governor? Have you seen? What's he going to do to his staffers when he gets mad?
Now, you were in a relation with him for some period of time. These are the 3 stories you want people to know: the gun, the tattoo, and the non-disclosure.
The story that I want people to know is that Larry Elder tried to muzzle me. He tried to intimidate me. He tried to make me fearful for my life. And he made sure that I knew that he had minions and mobs that would come after me if I spoke out.
What did he say? How did he threaten you?
You know what? I can. What do you want me to make a list of all of the things that he said and things that he did that horrified me? I'm working on it.
I'm looking for some.
You know what, Larry Elder, California
voluntarily.
And Larry Elder for governor? Are you kidding me? Is this? I mean, really? I mean, look, haven't we had enough vanity campaigns in this state?
That's a separate issue.
It's not a separate issue. Larry Elder's running for governor.
Okay.
He's running for governor of the state of California. He's trying to represent the people of the state of California. He is not qualified, not by any means, not by his character, not by any.
We are trying.
Come on your show? Is he going to come on your show?
He already
Let
did.
me ask you, is he going to come on your show?
He already did.
As governor?
What? No, he's not.
He's not talking to any of the media. Is he going to come on your show?
He was on a week or so ago.
Okay, well, what did he tell you?
Well, we talked about the issues, and he went through all of his positions. That's all.
Okay, well, what do you think his position is on emergency management? What do you think his position is on going to fire zones at the drop of a hat?
You're 100 miles off. Do you want to?
These are the facts. These are the principles.
All right, we got to take a news break. Do you want to hang on with us?
Not qualified. No, I'm done. I'm done. You guys are just you're not tracking. You're not tracking.
Management.
When you track, call me back and I'll talk to you. But you're not tracking right now. I want you to understand what I'm saying.
We're not sure we understand what you're
I
saying.
love you. I love you anyway. Thank you.
So clearly this woman is mentally unstable. She's not taking accountability for anything, and I have a few questions to ask her. She's telling the interviewers she has no idea whatsoever why Larry Elder was so angry and why he just happened to pull out a .45 caliber and point it at her and threaten her. She has no idea why he did that. Also, if what she's saying actually happened, why did she stay with him after all of this? And then on top of that, accept his proposal for engagement. Also, if you pay attention to how she goes through her story and it doesn't quite make sense, she has no idea why he's frustrated. She's quick to say the main reason she's giving the interview and telling her side of the story is because, quote unquote, Larry Elder is someone who is not qualified to be the governor of the state of California. And then she also goes on to say, quote unquote, that's the most important point. Which makes you think the only reason she tried to expose him in the first place was payment under the table by either Gavin Newsom or another candidate. She also then claimed Larry disrespects women because when they were engaged and after she got her tattoo on her lower back saying quote unquote Larry's girl, he had a large spicy portrait of her made showing her posing with his name across her lower back in front of the home for all the guests to see when they walked in. She claimed several times that Elder's quote unquote past comments on women have revealed her true attitude towards them. But my question for her and women that are in relationships like this is that if you feel like you are being branded like a cow or a piece of property by the man you're with and he doesn't have a healthy attitude or respect for women, then why do you stay in a long-term relationship? And in this case, agree to be engaged to a man if it's so bad. Also, why weren't you as vocal about all of these allegations back in 2014, 2015 when all of this happened and he was just a talk show radio host? Oh, but now that Larry Elder is running for governor of California, you want to throw dirt on his name and reputation because you are a bitter old woman and you want notoriety for it. So after all this madness, what can we take away from this? What can we learn from all of this? You must be careful who you date when you're younger. Larry met this woman at a Hugh Hefner Playboy Bunny party and she was a stripper. That alone in itself should have been a red flag that this woman isn't good long-term marriage material or mentally healthy. Oftentimes we see someone is physically attractive and that blocks us out from seeing if that person has integrity and if what's inside matches what's displayed on the outside. I encourage all of you to learn from this story and realize that a toxic past relationship can pop back up into your life after you have achieved money and status and your career is continuing to prosper, just to tear you down and ruin you because that toxic person in the past couldn't ride to the finish line of success with you. So I'll say this in closing. Be careful of the company you keep right now as a young man, as a young woman, if there's any women watching this, because it can come back in a vicious way later on in life. And on that note, have a blessed rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you learned something from it. I'll see you guys next time.